Behind the Veil, unraveling the London 7/7 bombings. Picture this, a bustling London morning, July 7th, 2005. Commuters cram into underground trains, sipping coffee, scrolling through newspapers, unaware that a sinister plot is about to unleash chaos. Four young men, faces unremarkable, backpacks slung over their shoulders, step onto trains and a bus. Then, boom! Explosions rip through the heart of London's transport system, leaving 52 dead, 784 injured, and a nation in shock. Who were these men? How did they slip through the cracks? And what drove them to commit Britain's deadliest terrorist attack since Lockerbie? Welcome to Behind the Veil, where we peel back the layers of history's darkest moments to reveal the truth. Today we dive into the chilling tale of the 7/7 bombings, a story of radicalization, missed warnings, and a city that refused to break. The morning of terror. It's 4 a.m. July 7th, 2005. In a quiet Leeds flat, four men, Mohammed Sadiq Khan, Shehzad Tanweer, Hasib Hussain, and Jermaine Lindsay, load their rented car and drive to Luton. Their backpacks don't carry books or laptops, but homemade bombs crafted from hydrogen peroxide and black peppercorns, a deadly recipe cooked up in a makeshift bomb factory in Alexandra Grove, Leeds. These aren't foreign operatives slipping across borders. They're British citizens, born and raised in the UK, labeled cleanskins by authorities, unknown to intelligence services. But were they really invisible, or did MI5 miss the clues? By 8:30 a.m., the four arrive at King's Cross Station, blending into the rush hour crowd. They split up, each boarding a different train. Khan on a westbound Circle Line train toward Paddington, Tanweer on an eastbound Circle Line train between Liverpool Street and Aldgate, Lindsay on a Piccadilly Line train between King's Cross and Russell Square, and Hussain, whose path takes a deadly detour, onto a bus. At 8:50 a.m., three near-simultaneous explosions tear through the underground. A fourth at 9:47 a.m. obliterates the upper deck of a No. 30 double-decker bus in Tavistock Square. The death toll, 52 civilians plus the four bombers. Over 700 are injured, some losing limbs, others scarred for life. Survivor Michael Henning, a banker, recalls the moment. There was a flash of light and everything went black. You couldn't see, you just heard shouting and screaming. Construction worker Terry O'Shea in a nearby carriage describes absolute carnage. Paul Glenister, a footballer on the Piccadilly line, picked up his mangled leg and hopped to safety, aided by a train driver's belt-turned tourniquet. Martine Wiltshire, a future Paralympian, sat feet from Lindsay's bomb, losing both legs but tying tourniquets to survive. These stories of resilience amid horror paint a vivid picture of a city under siege. The plot unravels. Who were these bombers? Mohammed Sadiq Khan, 30, a primary school mentor from Leeds, was the ringleader, a charismatic figure who radicalized his accomplices. Shehzad Tanweer, 22, and Hasib Hussain, 18, also from Leeds, were of Pakistani descent, while Jermaine Lindsay, 19, from Huddersfield, was a Jamaican-born convert to Islam. They weren't impoverished or marginalized. They were ordinary British men, radicalized by Al-Qaeda's ideology, fueled by anger over the Iraq War and Western policies in the Middle East. The investigation revealed chilling details. In late 2004, Khan and Tanweer traveled to Pakistan, spending 6 weeks training with Al-Qaeda operatives, likely under British-born planner Rashid Rauf. In a rented house in Islamabad, they recorded martyrdom videos, Khan declaring, "We are at war and I am a soldier." Rauf's notes, later uncovered by German authorities, detail his role in guiding the bombers, from selecting targets, the Bank of England, the G8 summit, or the underground, to advising Khan on boiling down hydrogen peroxide for explosives. The bombs, made from household materials, were deceptively simple yet devastating, detonated by the bombers themselves in a suicide mission. But here's the twist. MI5 knew about Khan and Tanweer. They'd been flagged in 2004 during surveillance of another plot, but were deemed low priority. A Netflix docuseries, Attack on London, questions MI5's failure to track them intensely. If they had, could 7/7 have been stopped? The bombers' Leeds flat, littered with bomb-making materials, was found just 5 days after the attacks, curtains taped shut to hide their work. Over 6,000 hours of CCTV footage traced their movements, but it was too late to prevent the carnage. The Al-Qaeda connection, Al-Qaeda's shadow looms large. The aftermath and resilience, the attacks triggered chaos. Initial reports mistook the blast for a power surge, as explosions caused electrical spikes. By noon, Prime Minister Tony Blair, speaking from the G8 summit in Scotland, called the attacks barbaric, vowing justice. The nation mourned, but fear lingered. 2 weeks later, on July 21st, a copycat attack failed when bombs at Oval, Warren Street, Hackney, and Shepherd's Bush didn't detonate. The manhunt for those bombers led to tragedy. Police shot dead Jean-Charles de Menezes, an innocent Brazilian, at Stockwell Station, mistaking him for a suspect. The Metropolitan Police faced scrutiny, fined for health and safety failures, yet no officers were prosecuted. Londoners fought back with defiance. Within hours, the We're Not Afraid campaign emerged, with stickers and a website spreading messages of unity. A Hyde Park memorial, unveiled in 2009 with 52 steel pillars, honors the victims. Muslim leaders like Sir Iqbal Sakrani condemned the attacks, but Islamophobia surged, highlighting tensions in a diverse city. A mental health program screened survivors, finding 319% suffered bombing-related disorders, with 72% diagnosed with PTSD. The unanswered questions: why did MI5 miss the warning signs? Could better surveillance have stopped the bombers? And how much did Al-Qaeda's core leadership orchestrate the plot? The 7/7 bombings exposed vulnerabilities in Britain's security, but they also showed a city's resilience. The Leeds bomb factory, the martyrdom tapes, the chilling precision of the attacks, these pieces form a puzzle that still haunts investigators. Was there a fifth bomber? Were there more plots in the shadows? This is just the beginning. At Behind the Veil, we're digging into the conspiracies, espionage, and hidden truths that shape our world. Subscribe to Behind Veil Truths on YouTube for more thrilling investigations. What other secrets lie waiting? Join us to find out. www.youtube.com Behind Veil Truths Critical Perspective. The 7/7 bombings were a wake-up call, blending Al-Qaeda's global ideology with homegrown radicalization. The failure to prioritize Khan and Tanweer despite prior MI5 knowledge points to systemic flaws. The simplicity of the bombs, made from household items, challenged assumptions about terrorist infrastructure, while the attackers' British roots forced a reckoning with domestic extremism. Yet London's response, from survivors' courage to public defiance, showed a city unbowed. The tragedy of de Menezes and rising Islamophobia remind us of the delicate balance between security and justice. The story of 7/7 isn't just about terror, it's about the human cost, the missed chances, and the fight to move forward. If you want more on the bombers' training, MI5's failures, or the 7/21 aftermath, let me know and we'll keep digging.